Type Soul finally updated, and with that update, they brought the long-awaited Hakuda rework. And if you didn't know, it's pretty broken. I really like this build, and yeah, they got me to leaderboard, so pretty good. Anyways, for this build, we're using 50 Hakuda and 15 speed. We're not using any Seros, but if you want, you can swap out Ankle Splitter for Sero Grab, but I'm currently using Ankle Splitter because it has pretty good combo potential. Now, the bread and butter of this build is Proficiency variant. If you didn't know, in the new patch, I don't know if it's a glitch or not, but you also have Hero on Charge variant. Usually you do not. So you've got the best offense and defense in the game, so this is probably the best variant right now you could use on Arrancar. But what it changes on the build is that it makes your Catching Dragon second proc actually TP to the person. Usually when you Catching Dragon and you hit the first one, you can reactivate it to slam the ground, but the second part of it with Proficiency variant will teleport to them. So it's really good to chase somebody. And then another move it changes is Pulse. It makes it auto-track. It's just a lot of pressure. I really like using it. You can use it whenever. And if you have Shori, you can throw a Pulse out and then do a Shori. And it's basically unpunishable because they either get hit by the Shori or they get hit by the Pulse. So, and I think if the Pulse lands and they block it, the Shori will guard break, but I'll have to do testing on that later. But another move it changes is Flying Dragon. Flying Dragon with Charge variant makes it a lot faster. So you're able to teleport almost instantaneously and it's really hard to react to. Alright, so for your skill boxes, you actually have two choices. You can either use Shometsu Shori, or you can use Shometsu Confliction. In the gameplay you're going to see, I'm going to be using Shometsu Shori, but you can also use Shometsu Confliction, because Confliction is also good. Both of them, it's really preference what you like. Confliction's a lot better for up close, and Shori is good if you want to play pressure and posture damage, because you can spam pulses or your Z move, and if they block that, Shori will guard break. So, it's really how you want to play it. And for our weapon, we're going to be using either Grimmjaw Claws or Dummy's Guide. It's really preference on what you use. Grimmjaw is probably... It might be a little worse than Dummies, but I kind of like it because it's a little more aggressive and that you can spam the crit a lot more often than you can with Dummies, because Dummies has a little longer of a crit CD. But for Grimmjaw Claws, some tips I can give for that is when you crit, just use Triple Striker immediately after, or use Rising Sun. Most of the time it'll land because I think Grimmjaw Claws has either stun or just, I don't know, it lands most of the time. So just crit, Triple Striker or Rising Sun. And then for Dummy's Guide, you can either just crit off of Confliction or just anytime they're in front of you, because it has a pretty good grab range, it guard breaks, and also in Flying Dragon, which is you land by applying that mark above their head, you'll have a TP variant of this move that does a bunch of red slashes and it's pretty good to combo extend. So yeah, use any of these, you'll probably go fine. The partial you want to be using with this build is Slash, because it is a very well-rounded partial. Your Z move comes out really fast. You can use it to combo start or combo end. Anytime someone's doing a move with windup, you can quickly cancel with your Z move, and it does pretty decent posture, so it's really good for a posture play as well. Your X move has iframes, and it's like a chase, and it also goes through hyper armor, which is very nice, especially with all the people on Hakuda now. The people who are doing like Catching Dragon or Shometsu. If you're fast enough to react, you'll be able to use your Byakko to cancel their move, because you'll have iframes that go up there and fling them out of the air, and it's got a pretty long range, so yeah, use that. Also, you can use your C move defensively or offensively. Most of the time someone's running towards you, you can just throw out a C and they'll probably run into it. Or if you're pushing somebody and you're like fighting them, just off a perfect dodge, do your C move and it'll do a lot of damage. It's a lot of pressure, so yeah. One of the most important aspects of this build is utilizing your Flying Dragon marks. And if you don't know, you can apply them using the following moves. Pulse, Senpo, Catching Dragon, if you land it, not the second part. Rising Sun, the second punch will apply the mark as well. And I think that's about it. Now, once you have a mark on somebody, you can utilize the following moves. Redirection has a variant. Rising Sun has a variant. Catching Dragon has a variant. Compass has a variant. Pulse has a variant. And lastly, Senpo has a variant. Even though not all moves have Flying Dragon variants, you can still combo with other moves. For example, you can do Pulse into Flying Triple Striker, or Flying Ankle Splitter, or Flying Death Flare, or Flying Shometsu. There's so many combos you can do, and that's what I really like about this build. So mix it up, and you'll probably do well. Alright, now that you know how Flying Dragon works, let's get into some combos I like to use with this build. I like to engage usually with Triple Striker, Senpo, Compass, or Catching Dragon. Now, what you'll notice about all those moves is they are really good combo starters, so that's what I like to use them for. You can do like Triple Striker into Rising Sun, you can do Catching Dragon into second proc, and then off that second proc while they're ragdolled, you can Flying Dragon into Redirection. There's just so much possibilities you can do. I can't really go over all of them in a video, but if you want, you can watch the gameplay. That aside, some of the notable combos you can do is Ankle Splitter into triple, Death Flare into triple, Shometsu into Catching second proc into Flying Dragon Redirection, Senpo into Flying Dragon, Triple Striker. There's just so much you can do. I really can't go over all of them, like I said, but that's just to give you an idea. Alright, that's probably enough yapping. Let's get into some gameplay. If you have any more questions or about the build, you can leave them below. But the most important tip I could leave you is just really experiment. A lot of these moves really go into each other, so you don't have to follow my cookie cutter combos. But yeah, that's about it.